Have you ever wondered why it takes so long to get new medicines? We're talking decades of slow, expensive, and often failed attempts. It's been a massive roadblock to human health. Well, that's all starting to change, and it's because AI is finally learning to speak the language of life itself. So let's just start with this one kinda insane number, $2 billion. That, on average, is what it costs to take a single new drug from an idea in a lab to something that can actually help a patient. Think about that. It's a massive financial wall that has slowed down medical progress for generations.
And it's not just about the money, right? It's also a grueling marathon against time. You're looking at a 10 to 15-year journey for just one successful medicine. I mean, from the initial spark of basic research, through years of preclinical work, then a decade of human trials, and then, maybe, you get approval. Every single one of these steps is a mountain, and most attempts don't make it to the top.
So, that's the world we've been living in. This is the $2 billion problem, a slow, manual process that has been screaming for a revolution.
If you break it down, the old way is really three monumental tasks. First, you've got to understand a disease on a deeply molecular level. That alone can take a lifetime. Then, you have to find or invent a molecule that hits just the right target without causing chaos elsewhere. And finally, you have to prove it's safe and that it actually works in people. It's a miracle anything gets through it all.
But now, things are shifting. We're entering a totally new era, and the engine behind this change is the large language model, or LLM. Yep, the same kind of technology that powers things like ChatGPT is now being taught to understand the most complex language of all, biology. And this quote from Samuel Johnson just nails it. Think about it. If all of biology and all of chemistry are just really, really complex languages, what happens when you have an AI that can become fluent? What new ideas, what new solutions could it read between the lines that we've been missing?
And that's not science fiction anymore. This is happening right now. AIs are learning to read the language of our genes written in DNA. They're learning the language of proteins, which is written in amino acids. They're even learning specialized chemical languages like SMILES, which is basically a way to write down a molecule as a line of text. It's becoming the ultimate biological translator.
Now, it's important to know there are two main flavors of this AI. On one hand, you've got the specialized LLMs. Think of these as a master craftsman's toolkit. Each tool is designed and trained for one specific, high-precision job. On the other hand, you have the general-purpose LLMs. These are more like a brilliant research assistant who has read basically everything ever published and can help you reason, plan, and connect the dots.
So let's look at those precision tools. These are the digital scientists. Some are trained to predict the 3D shape of a protein, which is like getting the exact blueprint for a lock before you even start to design the key. Others can literally dream up brand new molecules from scratch, potential drug candidates that no human chemist has ever even conceived of.
Then you have that AI research assistant. Imagine this. You could ask it to summarize all the scientific literature on a specific cancer from the last 5 years, and it would do it in seconds. It can help plan out complex experiments or even scan millions of health records to find the perfect patient for a critical clinical trial, a job that would normally take a team of people months, if not years. And here's the most exciting part. This isn't just a cool theory for the future. This is happening today. AI is already in the lab, fundamentally changing how science gets done.
So where are we on the roadmap? Well, you can see that for some tasks, like protein analysis, the specialized AIs are already fully mature. That's a huge win. But for other things, like analyzing our entire genome, the tech is still pretty new. It's nascent. This gives us a really honest look at not only how far we've come, but where the next giant leaps are about to happen.
And the progress we're seeing isn't just a small step forward. In some cases, it's been a flat-out revolution. And there's no better example of this than a game-changing tool called AlphaFold2.
So what is this thing? AlphaFold2 is a specialized AI that does one incredible thing. It predicts the exact 3D shape of a protein just from its basic chemical sequence. I can't overstate this. This was a grand challenge in biology that stumped scientists for 50 years. 50! And an AI solved it. Knowing that shape is absolutely everything when you're trying to design a drug to interact with it.
Okay, so with breakthroughs like AlphaFold2 already in our rearview mirror, you have to ask, where is all of this heading? Well, the destination might just be a total reimagining of what a pharmacy even is. The end goal, the dream, is a fully automated pipeline, a future where AI is woven into every single step.
It helps us discover new drug targets, it designs the perfect molecules, and it even helps predict which clinical trials will succeed. All of it happening at a speed that would have sounded like pure magic just a decade ago.
But of course, getting to that amazing future is never a straight line. There are some really big hurdles we still need to clear, but the promise waiting on the other side is just immense.
Which leads to the question you're probably thinking right now. If this technology is so powerful, what's the holdup? What's standing in the way?
Yeah, the challenges are very real. You've got technical problems like the fact that AIs can sometimes just make stuff up, they call it hallucinating, or that they struggle to process the sheer volume of data in our DNA. But then you have the deeply human challenges, like protecting patient privacy and making damn sure that our AI doesn't just learn and amplify the same biases we've had in medicine for centuries.
Let's just pause on that first one for a second, because it's both fascinating and a little terrifying. Can an AI actually hallucinate?
The answer is yes, but not like a person does. An AI hallucination is when it confidently states something that is completely false or nonsensical. In the world of drug discovery, this could be catastrophic. It could invent a molecule that's physically impossible to create. It could describe a biological process that simply doesn't exist. You can see why this is a deal breaker if it's not solved.
And that brings us to the most important takeaway. The whole game here is balancing the incredible, creative power of AI with the slow, careful, rigorous validation that science demands. We have to let the AI dream up new ideas, but every single one of those ideas has to be tested and proven by humans in the real world.
So as we start to solve these problems, the future becomes incredibly bright. And it leaves us with one final, massive question to think about. If an AI could design one perfect drug from the ground up, a medicine with zero side effects that cures a disease at its source, what human disease should we point it at first?